Of course, tariffs are a tax on your own country, a tax on your own citizens when they consume products in your country. But naturally, the Trump administration is trying to frame it differently. That China pays the tax. In fact, if we look at some of the comments that he's made, like for example, when Kamala Harris tried to say that it was a Trump tax, she's a liar. He says that it has nothing to do with taxes on us, that it's a tax on another country. In September, he said it's a tax on another country. He also said that it is not going to be a cost to you, it's going to be a cost to another country, that the Chinese are going to pay it. Well, he may just let the cat out of the bag a little bit on his own social media platform, Truth Social. He said that he's informed, this is Trump's own words, or his own post anyway, that he informed Tim Cook of Apple that he expects that if the iPhones or Apple products are sold in the United States, that they're built in the United States, and if that's not the case, if they're not manufactured inside the United States, a tariff of at least 25% must be paid by, not paid by the Chinese, paid by Apple to the US. Right, so he's now at least he'll admit that the American company pays the tax, and of course Apple will pass that on to their consumers. I mean, why wouldn't they? If we look at Apple's revenue for financial year 2024, we can see that America's, which is 90% United States, it does include some other countries through southern parts of America, but about 40% of Apple's revenue, or 165 billion, comes from customers in the United States. That's a big chunk. So if those products are going to be, or many of those products, subject to a 25% tax, a sales tax that's just not charged at the consumer level, it's charged to Apple or charged to the importer, which is effectively, as well as Trump said in his own words, it will be paid by Apple, which means Apple will pass it on to their customers in America. Uh, you would think Apple's stock would be doing worse. It did peak at $260 a share back just before Christmas. It did fall in the recent crash. It's still down 25%, but you would, I mean, is that a coincidence? Maybe not, because Trump's saying that it's not quite how it works. Obviously, stock prices are a little bit more complex than that. But Trump did say they must pay 25%. And what big chunk of their revenue comes from American customers. I'm surprised the stock's not down more. I guess the market knows that a lot of this is just flexing that, if he was to do this, I mean, how many people are going to buy a new iPhone or a new Apple tablet or Apple Mac computer if it's going to cost potentially 25% more, maybe even more than that. I mean, maybe not just the 25% costs, but also the fact that Apple has to deal with this administrative mess. So there you go. That's from the words of Trump himself that Apple, it'll be paid by Apple, not paid by the Chinese, as he's been trying to tell you.